Alright guys, let me ask you something. Are you truly happy in life? Are you satisfied? I'll tell you the answer, it's no, you're not. I know exactly why. If you guys follow me, you'll know that I live an incredibly blessed lifestyle. I get to see the world, I get paid to do so. I end up at places like this whenever I want. And I have to tell you guys, I haven't been truly happy or truly satisfied for a lot of the journey which you call life. Unfortunately, it took me this long to figure it out, but I finally have, and I want to share it with you guys. It was actually on this trip that I really just had an awakening. It just opened my eyes and I started seeing things differently. You guys got to know the secret. Before we get deep into this, let me just give you a little background of myself. A lot of you know me pretty well through social media. You've been following me for years, and I thank you for that. But a lot of you are just tuning in just for this video, and you have no idea who I am. You should know why I'm qualified to tell you the key to happiness. For how young I am, I've experienced and I've seen way more than most people ever do in their lifetime. Whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. Some of the instances, not such a good thing, and most of them, it's a great thing, you know, like traveling and all this. But I've had my best friend die. I had my other really good friend die in my arms, like literally took his last breath as I was holding him, and I could do nothing about it. And it makes you realize a lot. It makes you think about things differently when someone dies in front of you that you really cared about. It shook my whole life, and that was just the first step to my learning process of why am I not happy. And after that, I started picking things apart. I started looking at life a lot differently. And that was the initial step that I needed to open my mind and see things in a different light. Because of this profound experience that I have with life and death, fully living, and then just seeing it taken away so quickly, it really allows me to understand what life should be about and what makes people happy. What struck this nerve in me initially was yesterday. I was sitting on the beachfront cafe over there getting breakfast, and I just saw this guy and this girl with a whole film crew, and they were amateurs, just Instagrammers, social media influencers, whatever you want to call them. And this dude hired this girl, and they were spinning around in front of the water, like hugging and looking all happy, and it was so fake. And it was just for an Instagram video, just so they could show people how good their life is. It was disgusting for me to see that. And I'm a social media influencer, but I keep real, you know, it's different. But 99% of people that are into social media, it's all fake. Pretty much showing you guys a fake life, and it's making people depressed, and it's making people unsatisfied with their life because they see all these other lives and theirs looks like shit in comparison. Just total deception on the part of the creator. So think about that every time you see an Instagram post. Oh my goodness, their life is so great. Why isn't mine that nice? Well, it's fake, so take that into account. Social media in the Western culture is being extremely detrimental to society's total perception of what happiness is. And it's sad. Let's think about it, right? We're all on our phones all day. What are we consuming? What are we seeing? We're seeing money, cars, girls, material objects, things that are just ingrained into our brains that we think we need or that we think will make us happy. My perception of the perfect girl and what I deserve was totally flawed by the girls I was following on Instagram, like just seeing perfect bodies, fake photoshopped bodies every day for years made me think, well, if I don't have that, then screw it, I'm not going for anything. Dumb, shallow, materialistic shit that I was believing, and it's like you don't really think about it because it's subtle. You're just, oh, it's just a picture. Oh, I saw a picture, like it. You know, you're just scrolling through your timeline, seeing stuff. It's subtle, but it's the fact that it's built up over years and years and years, many hours of seeing this stuff, and it starts to affect your brain. That's life. It's not about material objects. It's about your friends. It's about your family, and it's about your perspective. That's the key word in this whole video, is perspective. What is your perspective? Okay, I mentioned family, I mentioned friends. What if you don't have any friends, your family's all dead? I don't know. It's possible, but listen, I've seen people with so much less than you, and they are the happiest people on the planet. And coming to Vietnam, and even when I was in Mexico, just seeing the poorest of poor, having nothing in life, they end up being the happiest people. And it just made me question it. Why? Why? Why are these people with nothing so insanely happy? And when I was in Mexico over a year ago, I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know. It just racked my brain for this long. And when I went to Vietnam, I see it again, and it was even to a more extreme this time in Vietnam. Literally nothing. They live in shacks, and I ended up in some rural spots where they haven't even seen white people before, or you know, they're just living off the land in the middle of the forest. There's no electricity, there's no internet, all this crazy stuff. And it just made me wonder, and it finally clicked just this morning, essentially. For the longest time, I couldn't find satisfaction in the crazy things I was doing. I was just seeing the world, and I just wasn't satisfied. And it really took me a long time to realize I need to take a step back. It's not about the things that I'm doing, it's about the way I'm experiencing those things. It's not about doing the coolest things or seeing the coolest countries or being on a beach in a tropical island. It's about how your perspective of that experience is. So I find just as much joy in sitting down, seeing my family, or hanging out with my dog as I do sitting on this beach or jumping off this cliff or climbing a mountain in Switzerland. You could have a bad attitude and be like, oh, I'm here in this shitty town, I hate it here, I hate my job, I hate my life, I hate my friends. Or you could be positive, be an optimist. All right, I have it kind of shitty, but look at all the good things in life. Look at it, I have my health. I have this friend, I have this girlfriend, someone that cares about me, someone that loves me, my family, maybe they're dead, maybe they're not, maybe you have one family member, at least you have one. At least you're not in jail, at least you're not dead. Look at it like that, and that's a good thing. That should keep everybody positive. Make plans, try to save up, do things that you want to do, set goals, make those goals happen, but don't make goals that are based on material objects, because that will never make you happy. Let me tell you that right now. I've learned that myself the hard way. It's gonna be different for everybody, but for me, happiness is experience and how I'm experiencing this life. And to wrap up this video, in Vietnam, the reason everybody there was just so happy on basically no money, no material possessions, nothing, it's because they kept it simple. Their life is simple. They don't have social media, they don't have internet, they're not looking at all of the Bugattis parked in front of my mansion with the 20 bitches in my bed, popping bottles of champagne off my balcony, you know. They don't see that stuff that you see every single day. So they don't have anything to compare their life to, essentially. They're happy, they're truly happy from the life they're living, because in their minds, in their village, what they're doing in life is successful. They're farming, they're raising crops, they're selling their food to other communities around that village, and they're making just enough money to survive off of, and for them that's success and that's happiness. They really value their friendships and their family members in Vietnam, and that's another thing. They don't really focus on money or possessions, they just focus on their work and their family and their friends, and they put them at the very highest priority in their life. Instead of what we do is we put money and materialism and all this stuff higher than our friends and our family, and it comes down to your perspective. So be humble, stay simple, keep your expectations lower than they are, because your expectations now are false expectations. And at the very end of the day, just be happy for what you have and who you're sharing your life with. That's what's important. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I really hope it changes a lot of your guys' viewpoints and your perspective and helps you live a happier, fulfilling life. And I'm just thankful that I can help out some people. I'll catch you guys on another adventure. I'm gonna go jump off this cliff and make a whole video about it. So check that out in a few days. Go check out all my Vietnamese vlogs if you wanna go see just the total poverty and how far behind and underdeveloped they are compared to the United States. Catch you guys on the flip.